What's up, YouTube? Simply Unlucky here, and today we're doing another Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video on the Toon World event, or farming Pegasus. And then I want to ask you guys to check out the channel and subscribe for some more epic Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos. Alright, so the Toon World event is actually going until February 7th, you guys, and I know I'm posting this video hopefully on February 5th, so maybe you'll have 24 to 48 hours to actually use this video's guide or tips and tricks. But yeah, the Pegasus event is freaking awesome. It's one of the best times I've ever seen to farm this game. It brings you a massive amount of coins, and coins is like so stressful. Like, I'm like, do I use my coins on this card or this card? But you know, with this event you actually get a ton of coins. So just to go over the rewards real quick, kind of just go through here. So it starts out, you get kind of rewards every 5,000, 10,000, and every 10,000 points, and so you can actually get these quite quickly. You'll get all of those up to 100,000, because you get about 100 to 120,000 points every time you farm Pegasus through the method that I'm about to teach you guys. So you'll kind of reach here, and you'll get all this great stuff. You get a ton of coins. Look at that. You're already right here. You're already getting like 100,000 coins, and you could purchase a ultra rare card. It also gives you some ultra rare tokens for the ultra rare card from the card trader. If you guys don't understand what I'm talking about for the card trader, though, I'll make that in a different video, maybe for some other Duel Links content. But yeah, here's your Pegasus sleeves. Welcome to Toon World sleeves. Sorry, Pegasus is different sleeves. Oh, at 35,000 points though, that is when you unlock. That's 350,000. That's relinquished at 350,000. At 35,000 was Pegasus. So you can actually get that pretty quick. And so, because when you're farming Pegasus at level 40, you get 18 times multiplier, and if you're getting 6,000 plus points, that's around over 100,000 points just from farming him, just from beating him at level 40. So. But yeah, you're going to get up through these 600,000 points here, 800,000, you know, you're going to get a ton of coins. Here's your ultra rare token. And then at 1,200,000, so it starts being spread out by about 100,000 points, you run into Blue Eyes Toon Dragon, and it's actually glossy, I believe, for everyone, because it's doing it right now. So that's pretty cool. And then getting 40 gems now, 50 gems, ultra rare token again, 50 gems, and then at 2 million points, you get the Pegasus Welcome to Toon World icon. And you guys, for this video, we're actually going for 4 million points. And so we're going to farm Pegasus a couple times here. But first, of course, let's check out the deck. This is the Cerberus farming deck, you guys. It's one of the few decks. I wouldn't say few. I feel like people, if they got a little more creative, could come up with different ways to farm. But basically, it's one of the easier and more consistent ways to farm Legendary Duelist and to farm Pegasus at level 40. This is a good deck for, in my opinion, a good deck to use. Some people use the Clown deck. Some people use the, what's the other one? The Insect, where every time it destroys a monster against 500 attack. But anyways, this deck for me has been fine, because once you kind of get in the groove with it, it only takes about 5 to 10 minutes per duel. And so, just to describe to you my deck list, I'll actually set it on the side of me for this video somewhere for you guys to pay attention to or check out. But anyways, I have 2 YuGiOhs, and that's kind of the problem. You kind of need at least one to use the deck the way that I'm using it here. 2 I would recommend, just so it's more fluent and easy to use. But yeah, I'm also using 2 Cerberus because I'm using 2 YuGiOhs. Basically, I am of course playing the first Cerberus as soon as I can, because Pegasus will not summon his monsters in face of attack position, which is good because they can attack directly if you have a monster that's stronger than them. Usually that's how he'll do it, unless your life points are lower than those monsters' attack. So there's some good info, you guys, there if you don't understand that. So basically, if you're at 2,400 life, he will summon Toon Summon Skull in attack position and attack your life points direct. But if you're at 2,600 life and you have a Cerberus on the field that's over 2,500 attack, there you go. He will summon. He won't even summon Toon Summon Skull, actually. And so, but he'll keep his other monsters face down. So that's how that works. And so you'll get that Cerberus out. You'll get it up to, you know, 3,000 points or whatever, kind of. And then I would leave it there and wait and gather all my other magics, and then summon the next Cerberus whenever I draw him, and then start playing my magics. And then I'll have 2 Cerberus. Usually the first one will be around, let's say, 8,000 points, and the next Cerberus will be around 4 to 6. And 1 YuGiOh right there will make him the first Cerberus at 10,000, because you'll suck half the life from one Cerberus, the attack points, and give it to the other one. And so that's just a way of easily making a 10,000 attack monster. Also, you could use the YuGiOh on your opponent's monster to guarantee your attack to go through, because basically YuGiOh, you guys, is the monster doesn't exist if you use it on your opponents, because you gain half the attack, they lose half the attack, so 0. And yeah, so that's Ruryoku. I kind of wanted to make an entirely different video for Cerberus, just to talk about Cerberus for 10 minutes, but just kind of give a quick overview real quick for this one. Shard of Greed is always good in control decks, because any control deck for any TCG trading card game in general, usually drawing cards is good because it helps you get your combos quicker. I'm playing Wonder Balloons because it's a possibility for me to use it and maybe decrease the attack of some of his monsters if that comes to a situation like that, but I try not to. But it's prismatic. That's 200 points at the end, so of course I'm going to use that. Twisters, sometimes I want to use 3, but I feel like it'd get a little clogged up, because if you wait for him to summon his monsters and then you twist your Toon World, all those monsters are destroyed, all the Toon monsters. So that's a way of gaining control of the game very quickly. And then he won't summon his Toon monster, or he can't summon Toon Mermaid if he doesn't, and Toon Summon Skull if he doesn't have Toon World on the field. So, but you got to watch out. There's 2 traps in Pegasus's decks that will really destroy you. I think he has 5 overall or 4 overall. 2 traps though that can obliterate this deck is Mikazuri. I don't know if I'm saying that card right, but basically the card that says whenever one of your monsters is destroyed, you can destroy one of your opponents, and that's a way for him to destroy Cerberus. So that's another reason why I like to play 2 against Pegasus, because he can somehow, or that's one of the ways he can kill a Cerberus. So you have to be ready for that, and because sometimes Pegasus will have such a good start that you have to attack his monsters. You know, you have to do that, but you are safe technically sometimes too, because Toon monsters can't attack the turn they're summoned. So there's that, and the other trap you need to watch out for is End of Anubis, and that one will eviscerate you. That is when you use Twister, and End of Anubis negates magic and trap destruction, and then it destroys the highest attack monster on your side of the field, and you take the damage of its attack. Instant death for you. So watch out for those 2 traps. The rest of these cards are pretty much fillers, except you do need a stop defense for Cerberus decks, and Seal of Ancients isn't really needed against Pegasus. I mean, if you want to check if you're going to do a Twister, and Seal of the Ancients lets you see his face downs, and possibly he could have End of Anubis. So Mikazuri though, you're usually not too wary of, because you're just going to do that straight 10,000 damage, but it is something to be wary of if you have to kill one of his monsters, because he has the potential to kill you in one of these turns. Basically, I have about an 80% success rate with this deck. The other 20% is not technically me losing, but me going for, you know, the actual 10,000 damage when I could have just killed him and done 5,000 or 3,000. So usually you can always win with this deck, but it's just if you want to go for that damage and he draws the perfect card to kill you, or he has that perfect Mikazuri, you will possibly lose. But it's always fun to do stuff like that, for me anyway. And then I have 2 Enchanted Javelins, usually used about 2 or 3 when you're using Cerberus deck, just so you can take damage, because Enchanted Javelin does not prevent the damage, and it allows you to use Sorcery Conduit. And I'm just going to go into Edit Deck real quick and talk about Sorcery Conduit. And Sorcery Conduit says whenever you take 1,800 points of damage, and this is accumulated, it resets after you use the ability. And so 1,800 points of damage, that could be 1,500 damage for one of their monsters. Then you use Twister, so that's 2,000 damage you've taken. And you can actually use Sorcery Conduit the next turn, which says you can draw a random spellcaster. We're only playing 2 spellcasters, same card, so you automatically draw Cerberus next turn. Also, so if you do it once, you are able to do it again if you take another 2,000 points worth of damage. So you could also take 1,000 damage on your opponent's turn, and then next turn they deal another 1,000 damage to you. Then you can use Sorcerer Conduit. So like I say, it's accumulated. So it's pretty cool how it does that. And then also, I just want to note how I have all these different skills for Yugi, and this is because I've been using the Cerberus deck to farm. And so when you farm the Legendary Duelist, you know, you get more points and getting you more rewards. And so I have way more skills with YuGiOh from just farming the standard Legendary Duelist. And that's just interesting. So if you potentially pick up Draw Sense Light or Draw Sense Low Level, you can use the Cerberus deck with anyone. But we can talk about that in a different video. So anyways, this is the deck I'm using. And Ancient Telescope you could also use to see if Mikazuri or Judgment of Anubis is potentially face down, because you look at the top 5 cards of their deck, and if it's in the top 5, obviously it's not face down. So, and then like I said, stop defense, you need to put the guy in attack position, and that is how you win. Alright, so what we're going to do for this video is, guys, we're going to shoot for 4 million points, so maybe farm Pegasus a couple times here. I didn't want to make too long of a video, but at the same time, you got to do what you got to do. So the rewards for Pegasus, though, we kind of talked about what you get for spending your point or reaching a certain amount of points, but the actual cards you can get from fighting Pegasus. And so my advice on this, you guys, is keep fighting Pegasus. Keep farming Pegasus as a legendary duelist, even, because you don't have to use your coupons. Other legendary duelists, they require your gate keys. Sorry, I like to say coupons. But yeah, they require their coupons. So this guy, though, you just earn star chips from farming your standard duelist. And so this is one of the best times ever for this event. This is one of the best times for you to actually sit there and farm your duelists. Use your orbs that they gave you for their maintenance period. Sometimes when the game, Konami does a maintenance period for this game, they'll give you the duel orbs. And if you get 10 of them, you can use it to reset all the duelists. And so that's the time you should use it when an event like this is going on. Because you get these star chips, you accumulate the star chips, and then you use them to fight Pegasus. And you don't need any coupons or anything. So it's a really great way to farm, because you not only get these cards here, which you could turn into gold, you also get 500 gold from. So let's say you get 6,000 points against Pegasus. You get 6 different rewards, and there could be coins in there could be gems, there could be these cool super rare cards. So it's just always use those points, your star chips. Don't save them at the end for them to turn into coins. It's totally not enough. You should just use them and keep fighting Pegasus. Also, if for your missions you need to fight a legendary duelist, this is a way to do it. So let's duel against Pegasus. All right. So I'm going to kind of go through the duel and my thoughts here. You guys, if you run into, I'm hoping we don't start out with because if he starts with a really good cards and just goes Toon World, Toon Goblin Attack Force, Toon Mermaid, Toon Cannon Soldier, the odds of us, I wouldn't say winning are low, but the odds of us doing 10,000 damage is just so low. And that's pretty much any deck that you battle if he starts like that. So it's just, I don't want to say this deck is a bad deck to farm Pegasus with. I think it is actually pretty good. I've seen the other decks people have used, and I think this deck is just as consistent. Okay, so this is an okay hand. This makes me want to put 3 Twisters in the deck, but yeah, because he's going first and he's starting with the Toon Goblin Attack Force and Toon Mermaid. So yeah, and a face down card. Holy guacamole. One of the best starts he can have. So the odds of us losing are very, very high. Dang. Alright, so he's going to deal 3,700 damage. So if he has Toon Cannon Soldier, we automatically lose. That is the best start he can have. Okay, so just to defend this deck a little bit against Pegasus, this is why I say 80%, because we instantly lose. Oh, he didn't use Toon Cannon Soldier first, but I mean, we have to draw. That's crazy. Alright. 300 life. So we have to kill Toon Cannon Soldier right now. So he didn't use the ability, so I'll activate. Draw. And if that trap card's a McZuri or the one that brings back the monster, auto us. So the odds of us losing are so high right now. So we'll just use Raime, that'll do 300, whatever. 1900 attack. Actually, you know what? We could go for, can we go for game? I think we can. If I use, that's 2034. Yeah. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go Ancient Telescope. So we're 24. He doesn't have McZuri face down, but I'm just not going to risk him summoning another Toon Cannon Soldier from his hand. We're going to go Stop Defense. And then we're going to go Riryoku on Toon Cannon Soldier. It could actually be on anyone, it doesn't matter. And so we're going to have Toon Cannon Soldier. We're going to have Mythical Beast gain half the attack, and then the 500 spell counter comes on, and we're going to deal 3,500 damage. Or 3,400 damage. Alright, so I just wanted to win the game there. So that's an example of him having one of the best starts he can possibly have. And we just had to win. And so that should happen 1 out of 5 times. Maybe 1 out of 4. I don't know. I can't believe it happened on our first try here. Alright, so we're only going to get 3,000 points there. Almost 4. But yeah, let's do it again. So of course when I'm trying to make a video, he has the best start he could possibly have. And so what I was really worried about there was that face down being Mikazuri, so we would auto lost if it was Mikazuri, but it was actually in the top 5 cards, so we knew it wasn't that one. We would also auto lost though if it was the trap that brings back the monster that you destroy. And so if we destroyed Toon Can Soldier and he brought it back, he could launch for 500 points of damage. But also the monsters can attack directly with Toon World, so it's just too many factors. So we had to win. Alright, let's try again. Maybe I should put in another Twister. Maybe I should. But yeah, like I said, Supremacy Berry, you could definitely put another one of those. If you go first, you're usually in a much better position. But if he goes first and he does all that shenanigans, and I'm going second again. Man. Alright. Let's see what he does. So we start with Mythical Beast Cerberus, so that's nice. Toon, he's going for Toon Gemini. He's going for Toon Summon Skull on turn 1. Okay, but no traps to back it up. So, and Twister. Perfect. So we're going to summon. I think I'm going to put in 3 Twisters. I think this is the 3 Twister deck. Even if he has Judgment of Anubis out, and you need magics to pump up your Cerberus, you can actually Twister your own card, and he will not stop it with Judgment of Anubis, because I believe he can still do it. And because Judgment of Anubis doesn't matter who's targeting what, as long as you're destroying cards on the field, magic traps on the field. But he won't. He will not use Judgment of Anubis because you're destroying your own cards, and he doesn't seem to care about that as a computer. So I'm going to go and end my turn here. And so I'm not using Twister right away because I want him to summon another Toon monster. So he's going to go Toon Gemini Elf. I'm going to wait till the battle phase because he might do Toon Mermaid. Okay, he's going to go battle. So then I'm going to activate Twister on Toon World. And I'm 100% sure we will win this game. Cool. So now let's go through the phases. So this is just general Cerberus deck at this point. We do have 2, so he will not summon a monster in attack position as long as we're stronger than it. So we're going to go Ancient Telescope. Let's see what he's got coming up. He's got Wild Tornado coming up. He'll use that on Wonder Balloons if I put a counter on it. He'll also use it on an equipment. He will not use it on Jar of Greed or whatever it's called. Shard of Greed. And here's the Rebirth card. That's the card I was talking about last game. Okay. So we'll end our turn there. So we can go pretty fast now. Like, there's nothing he can have. I'm certain we will win. Just in case he has the field spell combined with Toon Goblin Attack Force. The field spell he has will pump 300 points, so Toon Goblin will be 2,600. So we're going to go ahead and use Sparks to make sure we're stronger than 2,600. That means he'd summon it in attack position. In the turn. He would switch it to defense, but then if you drew Toon World, it would get complicated. Alright, so then you keep drawing. There's Supremacy Berry. Like I said, we pretty much have a 100% certain victory here. So right now at this point, I'm going for points. So there's the field spell card we saw in his top 5, and so that gives him 300 points during his turn towards attack and 300 towards defense during our turn. Really good field spell. I would love to have that in my deck. There's another Twister. From what we know that he has face down, it's the Rebirth and the Wild Tornado. So we know Twister is okay. He doesn't have End of Anubis. But we're just gonna, we don't really care at this point. So we're just gonna end your turn, keep going. And yeah, this is good. This is a good example. So we got double Cerberus now. We don't need to hold our spells anymore. We can just start using them. Actually, we do kind of need to hold these ones. And we can go down to 2,500. We know he doesn't have Toon Summon Skull in his deck. He can bring it back to his deck, though, with Pot of Dichotomy, if he has 3 different types. Just wanted to let you guys know. But yes, so like right here, he would summon Toon Summon Skull if he had Toon World on the field, because we're going to take 1,000. And it's usually better to save this card, but I just kind of want to show you guys. So there's the 2 cards we saw on the top of his deck. And yeah, so now that we're 2,500, he would summon Skull if he had Toon World on field, because that direct attack would kill us. Let's see. And then I'm just going to use Supremacy Berry, though, to gain back the life points. 45. Alright. And so now that second Cerberus shouldn't have to deal with any troubles. And we should be good. He's clogged his field. The only card he can use now is Mammoth. Man, when he kills me with that card, like there was one game where it was like his only out was to draw a monster that was stronger than Cerberus, and it was the Mammoth as a tribute. Not Toon Summon Skull because he couldn't attack that turn. It was crazy. All right, and so we're just gonna keep going, keep ending. So I'm gonna turn this off over here. No more auto mode. And so we got 2 Riryokus. Once we get stop defense, we can actually end the game right away. Because 2 Riryokus will make these guys one of the strongest guy, 10,000 for sure. Shard of Greed. I'm going to hold that Shard of Greed there with 2 counters just because we don't need to use it right now to draw cards. So when we get down to 4 cards, I'll use both Shard of Greeds and we will end the game. Because being at 0 cards in your deck will give you more points. It's called Cards on the Brink. And I don't think we'll get a comeback victory for this, and I don't think we'll get life points. So you just, for farming Pegasus, you guys don't worry about your life points. Actually, do we have 6 cards? We have 5 cards in our hand. So you don't want to discard your magics, though. So yep, so that's 6 cards, and so we still need to discard. So next turn, we'll do something here. Toon World, so he just helped us out. He gave us counters with Toon World. We don't care, because like I said, he won't summon that Toon Summon Skull because he can't kill us with it. 2800 is Toon Summon. Cool, I drew Wasteland, so we can do the exact combo. Awesome. So we're going to make Cerberus in this game probably around a 15,000. It actually might be one of those strongest. Darn. There was a face down copycat. Dang it. We could have potentially done the highest amount of damage I've ever done in this game. No big deal. All right, so we got 4 cards left in the deck. So then I'll draw 2. Shard of Greed. Shard of Greed. So now we have 11 cards in our hand. And let's go for game. So we'll start off with just using the fillers. So we got Raime, 300 damage. We got Ancient Telescope, and that doesn't require to have for them to have 5 cards in their deck. That's why I like that as a filler card. Not only is it glossy for me, but for you guys, it lets you see the top cards, so you get to kind of see what they got going on. And I don't know where Judgment of Anubis is, so I'm not going to take any risks on Judgment of Anubis. And I forget where. See, this is why you want to use that. What's it called? You want to use Seal of the Ancients later on, because I could go for max damage on my account right now. I think we can do 15,000 damage. Holy crap. Alright, let's see here. Moon Curry. Let's gain some life points, why not? And we're going to just Twister our own card, because I'm just to get used to the fact that you don't want to kill his cards when you don't know the face downs. I'm just going to Twister my own card. We'll get rid of Wasteland. I'm 90% sure Judgment of Anubis is in there, but I'm just psyching myself out a little bit in my head. No big deal. And then we're going to go Book of the Ancients on a strong Cerberus, the 94. So he's now over 10,000 already. Wow, this is going to be a big one. And I don't remember where Copycat is. Not Copycat. Yeah, it's Copycat. So it wasn't in the middle, right? It was the middle? It was the middle. Yes! Alright! Oh, baby! Okay, okay. So now I'm going for the most damage I've ever done in the game. Okay, so Riryoku on Mythical Beast Cerberus. The right one. And then we're going to pump up the big one. Wow. I think I'm going to have a count max damage. Sweet! Wow, I'm going to have way over my max damage. Alright. Riryoku again on that Cerberus. Bringing it over to the max. So we're going to gain 20. Wow. Over 17,000. 18,000 damage. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Never have I done that much damage before. Okay, there we go. Wow. 18,000 damage, you guys. That is crazy. Crazy. So that's the potential with this deck when you're playing farming the legendary duelist. So let's see how many points we get. 6,700. Whoa! I got Destiny Draw. What is Destiny Draw? Can be used each time your life points decrease by 2,000. Instead of doing your normal draw, draw the card of your choice? What? What? Whoa! That's like the best ability in the game. Hold on. Can be used each time your life points decrease by 2,000. Remember, that's accumulator, right? So that could be over a couple turns. Like I said, you take 1,500 damage and use a twister, that would be 2,000. In the draw phase, instead of doing a normal draw, draw the card of your choice. Okay, that has to be only that Destiny Draw. That has to be limited to Yami. YuGiOh. Yami just sounds cool. YuGiOh. That has to be limited to YuGiOh because that's just too broken for every character to have that, be able to get that ability. What? Destiny Draw. I would rather have that over any super rare card any day. Okay. So we have another ability that lets us add Cerberus to our hand. Dude, we could use that ability to get any card in our deck. That makes me kind of want to use that instead, though, because it's 2,000, but it's 2,000 instead of 1,800. But dang, oh, we're at 30,951,000. What's our time at on this video? We're at 27 minutes. You guys want to do one more? Let's do one more. Let's get 4 million points. And so that first duel, you guys, you saw. I am just so I cannot believe we got this Destiny Draw shenanigans. I seriously think I should change my ability from Sorcery Conduit to Destiny Draw. That is the most craziest ability I've ever seen or heard of, ever. What is this shenanigans? Okay, so I'm just going to leave it for now because you guys aren't going to have Destiny Draw. So, or you might if you guys have got it. Let me know in the comments below if you have Destiny Draw on your YuGiOh or any other characters. Let me know. Alright, so we're going to do one more duel. And as you can see, I got a ton of star chips. And so I'm going to use them later, though. Like I said, I'm going to use up my star chips. I don't want to save them. I don't want it turning into coins. I want to farm Pegasus. Because look what happens. You guys see those rewards there? We got 500 coins here, 500 coins there, 500 coins there. We got some gems. And then we got a freaking epic Destiny Draw skill. Of course, farm the Legendary Duels Pegasus as much as freaking possible, you guys. Incredible. I cannot believe we just got some crazy ability. You could search. You could go search your deck. For the, if you had Cerberus in your hand and you somehow took points of damage, you could go search for Supremacy Berry and gain that 2,000 points back or something. Wow, that is so cool. Or you could go search for YuGiOh if you just want to end the game. Man, okay, alright. That is exciting. This video just got way better all of a sudden.